Hey there, Michelle Saxman here, and ready to share with you some time with Jesus Calling by Sarah Young on April the 11th. This is the day that I have made. Rejoice and be glad in it. Begin the day with open hands of faith, ready to receive all that I am pouring into this brief portion of your life. Be careful not to complain about anything, even the weather, since I am the author of your circumstances. The best way to handle unwanted situations is to thank me for them. This act of faith frees you from resentment and frees me to work my ways into the situation so that good emerges from it. To find joy in this day, you must live within its boundaries. I knew what I was doing when I divided time into 24-hour segments. I understand human frailty. And I know that you can bear the weight of only one day at a time. Do not worry about tomorrow or get stuck in the past. There is abundant life in my presence today. Well, there's a few takeaways for me in this. The first is that this is the day that He has made. He has set the path, He has set the banquet, and all we're called to do is rejoice. We can go into that problem solving or we can go into His presence. And He says, rejoice in this day. And that we are to start the day with open hands. When we clench our fist, we cannot receive. And generally when people clench their fists, it's an indication of anger or bitterness or resentment. And when we come to Him with a fist that is closed, then we're not going to be able to receive what He is pouring into that moment. The other thing that I think is really kind of a refreshing reminder is that this is a brief portion of our life. He says He is pouring into this brief portion. And y'all, we have seasons that we feel like, oh my gosh, is this ever going to end? And He's saying, regardless of how long that circumstances is going on, it is a brief portion of your life. And I'll tell you this right now, it's going to be a part of His story. History is His story. So be careful not to complain, because complaining, so I am an energy person. I do believe that thoughts are powerful and that they have energy. And that's why I say, like, you can walk into a room and say, oh my gosh, it was so tense you could cut it with a knife, because thoughts are that powerful. So when we're complaining, we're lowering our frequency, we're lowering our mood. And He calls us to rejoice within the boundaries of this one day. And those boundaries, I really find that interesting, because a few weeks ago, I said God gave me, the test of endurance and really working out a spiritual muscle with me to really stay within the boundaries of a day, of that one day. And there was an event that was going to occur. And in the beginning, it was 6 weeks away. And then it's 3 weeks away. And then it's a week away. And then it's a day away. And anytime I felt myself get anxious about what was coming down the road, and I could kind of feel myself kind of getting worried, and I would go, oh my gosh, what are my thoughts around this? What are my thoughts around this? And it was fear or uncertainty, or oh my gosh, what if? And some of it was a joyful excitement, but I needed to stay in the presence of that one day, because tomorrow has enough worries. The past has enough lessons. Don't look at it as regret, remorse, blame, or shame. There are lessons that we learn from, that we continue to grow. But to feel the abundance of His presence, He says, stay within that 24-hour period. Stay within that moment. Stay in His presence, and we can feel the abundance of His life and His blessings. So those are my takeaways for today, that gratitude, really and truly, rejoicing is going to be an energy and a frequency and a mindset that brings us into His powerful presence. And worry and fear, regret, yesterday, tomorrow, all that stuff separates us. So y'all have a super blessed day. Stay connected to the vine, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.